Game, I knew Harbaugh was going to get fired this season at least. Oh shucks, he might actually be fired tonight on Wisconsin. What's poppin', y'all? It's your man, Clout Boy Bales, and welcome to another edition of Wake Up Call on Wisconsin, of course. Going into this game, I knew we were going to win because Michigan has been proven to be not a good football team this year. They're 1-2, okay? You know, and obviously we had 2 weeks off because we didn't play games. Of course, COVID kind of ruined that, and obviously the only way we get into the Big Ten title game is if we actually go undefeated. But we do have a tough schedule because we got to play a lot of tough teams. But I'll get to that later. What I saw tonight was the exact definition of dominant force. We were missing a lot of people today, regardless of in defense and offense. We were missing Garrett Groshek and Isaac Garendo, two of our running backs. We were missing Jack Dunn, one of our wide receivers. We were missing Isaiah Green-Mays, one of our outside linebackers. We also were missing Garrett Rand. And then we also, Matt Henningston, we came down with a little injury later. Like, we were missing a lot of people in this game. But the final score ended up being... And then Rashad Wildgoose, another guy that we lost. Sorry, I was thinking of anybody else that I was trying to think of. But we were without a lot of people on our defense. But what happened? We beat Michigan 49-11. We scored 49 points in Michigan. Now, I know the game probably would have been different with fans, but this Wisconsin team all around is legit. Now, this is why I wish we would have played more games to see. I mean, obviously, I think we would have beaten Nebraska, and I probably think we would have beaten Purdue, but going into this, I can't believe that we just completely decimated a team and probably just ended Harbaugh's career with Michigan. It's unbelievable to think about it that we scored 45 against Illinois. That was great, but what we saw today with a lot of our team not even playing was just beyond miraculous. Everybody really did a fair share of today's game. I can't even really name an MVP because everybody played phenomenal. I mean, everybody played phenomenal. So going into the stats, Graham Mertz went 12 out of 22, 127 yards and 2 tutties. And then everybody on the ground. There's so many guys on the ground that really did some damage. But going into the air, Jake Ferguson had 4 catches for 51 yards and a tutty. And everybody else kind of did some things. We had and then Stocky was the other one with a touchdown catch. But our ground game was really what dominated. Freshman Jalen Berger, I'm so happy they finally played this guy. 15 carries, 87 yards, and a tutty. Nakia Watson, the other starting running back, 12 carries, 65 yards, and 2 touchdowns. How about Danny Davis? Normally he is in the air making catches, but he had 7 carries for 65 yards and a tutty. A lot of jet sweep plays and fullback runs. Mason Stocky, 4 carries for 11 yards and a tutty. John Chanel had 6 carries for 71 yards. Obviously played later. And then everyone else definitely did some more damage. We saw a lot. We saw a lot from people. Dyke, the freshman, looked pretty good. Carry for 30 yards and 2 catches for 29. So I feel like the freshman did a lot. I saw he was really good in practice. I'm happy they're getting him a lot more playing time. I feel like he should get more playing time, knowing that he's probably going to be the starting receiver next year, knowing that all our guys are seniors, and it's good. People are going to be moving on, But everyone really seemed to have their fair share. How about the defense? The defense was the real reason why we got that big lead in the first place. Obviously, first play for Michigan was a tip ball that led to a Scott Nelson interception. We would go and score later on. Then Leo Chanel. How about Leo Chanel? He scored. He had a 30-yard interception that led to another score. So Michigan's quarterback, Joe Milton, forced 2 interceptions. That wasn't good. We were up 28-0 at halftime. We also held Michigan to a goal line stand, which was pretty insane. They were inside the 1, and we held them, which outstanding. Outstanding performance by the defense. Michigan, of course, would score some points in the third quarter after they changed their quarterback. Joe Milton got benched for Cade McNamara, who's a sophomore QB. Obviously, he's the third string guy, but obviously he got some plays, and the first time he was in, he scores a touchdown. But, I'm just very surprised with the way everything was. We held the running game to under 47 yards, under 50 yards. The receiving game still got 13 catches for 172 yards. Of course, we saw a lot of that come in the laterness of the game. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at stats, but regardless, I'd say we're doing a fair share of things. This team obviously was so focused on Jonathan Taylor last year. And then, of course, Quintez Cephas left as well. But after those two left, this offense is so spread out, you're not going to really know who's going to have a game. As long as Graham Mertz is making throws, and really accurate throws, because a lot of his throws weren't the most accurate tonight, but I feel like he's still learning a little bit, but he hasn't thrown a pick yet, which is really what matters. But every time I see him do that damage, I mean, he's just going to keep going and going and going. So anyways, I'm just going to talk about the upcoming schedule because obviously people thought this was going to be the test. But later on, I'm actually surprised because next week we have to play Northwestern, and that's going to be the game that actually determines who's actually going to be in the Big Ten title game, because Northwestern is still undefeated. They are 4-0. So if Northwestern loses a game, which honestly I don't think they'll lose a game because they are the most complete. They are very underrated. This is a team we always struggle against. So I'd say Wisconsin wins this game. I feel like we could go into the Big Ten title game. We have to be undefeated because, of course, the 2 games we missed. But obviously I want to see Northwestern lose more games. But we got to play Northwestern, who's, they're ranked, and this is a team that's undefeated, and we got to watch out for them. Then we got to play Minnesota. I know Minnesota's a joke, but they're still Minnesota. They know they lost a lot of people, but you still got to watch out for them. That's Minnesota. Then Indiana, another good team. Now, if I'm forgetting anybody, Indiana is definitely. Oh Lord, I mean they're definitely contenders for sure. I mean Indiana really dominated against Michigan State today. And then you got to play Iowa, who is also another beefed up performance. So we have a lot of tough games. But I think we have a team that legit can produce. If we lose a game, obviously that's our season because of how things are. But I feel like the win in Wisconsin is going to keep on going and going and going. And from what I see, I think we have a legitimate shot to get into the playoff. I think we do, with the way things are. But we'll see how it is. I mean, we still have a long season to go. Packers still have a second half of their season to go. Obviously, we're literally looking forward to football, but obviously coming up, I'll be obviously making my Packer video tomorrow sometime. I got a lot of studying to do, so obviously it might not come till Monday, but we don't know. But regardless, also I'll be making a video on my NBA draft updates. I don't know what's going to happen, when who the Bucks are going to select, but we'll see. But things are coming. So anyways, on Wisconsin, stay safe, stay smart, and on Wisconsin, we will see you next time.